Previously on Mantador, the crew's mission to secure the Cipher Core turned into a nightmare. As they moved to claim the artifact, a ghost from the past emerged. Project Crownbreaker, an enemy long believed destroyed. At his side, a familiar face, the woman who escaped during the Battle of Draw 7. The ambush was flawless. A brutal fight erupted over the Cipher Core and ended in catastrophe. Cornered, Crownbreaker detonated a bomb hidden within his body. In the final instant, the crew was teleported away, saved from total annihilation, or so they thought. In a moment of greed, Ryuke seized Crownbreaker as the teleport engaged. The explosion tore through them all. Isaac and Savo were left on the brink of death. Vecter lay unconscious. Ryuke was obliterated, his body shattered in fragments. The Cipher Core itself shattered, its secrets broken with it. By fate or fortune, Vrix found what remained of them. He stabilized the survivors and brought them to his bar, where desperate reconstruction began. Isaac and Savo were rebuilt with cybernetics. Ryuke was painstakingly pieced back together, his body restored, but his mind fractured. Only fragments of the Cipher Core were recovered. For 3 months, they lay in coma. When they finally awoke, the galaxy had changed. The crowned Infernal had fallen, overthrown by the Zenith sovereignty. The crew had failed not only their mission, but their chance to uncover the truth behind the crown's superweapon. And now, that weapon may rest in hands of something far more devastating. The void is shifting, and the Mantador must arise again.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Sithlord Finn's D&D podcast. I'm your host, Sithlord Finn, and not really your DM today, but I am going to be the story reader for this episode. This episode's kind of a little bit different from all the other ones because it was a solo session. So I kind of wanted to do something different because the audio kind of got a little fucked up. But I hope you enjoy episode 16. Upgrades, people, upgrades. In the aftermath of the horrific battle for the Cipher Core, Ryuke was rebuilt. Metal replaced shattered parts. Broken systems were restored, and torn circuitry was rewired with desperate precision. Yet though his body had been repaired, something inside him had changed forever. Fragments of the destroyed Cipher Core had become embedded deep within his circuitry, glowing faintly beneath his armor, like burning embers trapped beneath that. And with those fragments came a vision. While Ryuke was still powered down from his repairs, he dreamed not of data or calculations, but of a place unknown to him, a great temple hidden somewhere in the void. His mind flickered through endless halls of dark stone and ancient metal, blinking from corridor to corridor as though guided by an unseen force. At the end of those halls waited a vast chamber lined with towering statues, all surrounding a giant machine unlike anything he had ever seen before. A mech. A titan. Then Ryuke awoke. The room was dim and silent. Around him lay his friends, broken and rebuilt, much like himself. Cybernetics covered their wounds where flesh and bone had once been. Savo rested motionless beside tangled medical wires, while Isaac Dragstar the man who created Ryuke, laid scarred and unconscious beneath the cold glow of medical monitors. Ryuke stared at them in silence. It was his greed that had done this, not only to Savo, but to his creator. Without a word, Ryuke rose from the bed he was laying in and quietly left Frix's bar, unwilling to disturb the wounded crew. Outside, beneath the haze and neon glow of Drosk 7, the Mantador waited in silence. Ryu crossed into the hangar of the Mantador and with haste boarded the Rotander. Once inside the cockpit, he entered a destination, the Infernal Galaxy. The engines roared to life, and the Rotander vanished into the sea of stars, leaving Drosk 7 and the crew of the Mantador far behind. The journey ahead was long, so Ryuke powered himself down. And for 2 months, the Rotander drifted through deep space, while Ryuke remained dormant inside the silent vessel. Only the hum of engines and distant starlight accompanied the lonely voyage. When he finally awoke, something was wrong. The front glass of the cockpit had been covered in a strange black substance, writhing slowly across the surface like living oil. Tendrils of slime pulsed and squirmed against the glass, blocking the view of the planet ahead. Ryuke immediately began scanning the organism. The results identified it as a living parasite of unknown origin. Ryuke considered investigating it immediately, but his destination was close. He chose instead to continue forward, plotting a course toward the planet below. Another day passed before he arrived. The world beneath him was barren and desolate. A wasteland of endless desert stretched beneath dark skies. No cities, no ruins, no signs of life. Nothing except a storm. A single colossal storm remained fixed in one place upon the planet's surface, swirling endlessly like a living thing. Ryuke scanned it carefully and discovered something impossible hidden within its eye. A structure, a temple. Preparing to investigate the creature at last, Ryuke suited up in an EVA suit, despite being no real need for oxygen or protection. Then, he retrieved a second EVA suit to use as containment for the black organism. Stepping out into space, Ryuke drifted toward the living mass clinging to the Rotander's hull. Using careful movements, he scooped a small piece of the creature into the empty suit. But the moment the fragment entered, the rest of the organism suddenly flowed after it in one massive wave, slithering into the suit like liquid shadow. Ryuke sealed the helmet shut. For a moment, he simply stared at the strange lifeform squirming against the visor. Then he spoke quietly.
I'm gonna call you buddy.
Returning to the Rotander, Ryuke placed the sealed EVA suit inside a footlocker in the captain's quarters before turning his attention back toward the storm-covered planet. As the Rotander descended through the atmosphere, the storm became even more terrifying. It resembled a giant swirling sphere attached to a massive tornado that stretched endlessly into the heavens. Purple lightning flashed through the clouds, while static electricity crackled through the air. Ryuke landed just outside the storm's edge. Before leaving the ship, he retrieved Buddy from the footlocker and secured the sealed EVA suit tightly to his back. Then he walked forward into the storm. The wind screamed around him, sand and debris slammed against his armored body, while lightning illuminated the darkness ahead. Yet Ryuke felt no fear. He was a droid. He had been built to survive. The journey through the storm was brutal, but eventually Ryuke reached its center. Buddy's suit had not survived as well. A long crack stretched across the visor, leaking air and static. Ryuke quickly patched the damage with strips of duct tape before securing Buddy once more to his back. And then he saw it, the temple from his visions. Ancient statues lined the pathway leading toward the entrance, towering figures of bird-like aliens clad in ancient, advanced armor. Before the temple doors rested an old terminal displaying symbols and riddles from a forgotten age. Ryuke ignored the puzzle entirely. Instead, he simply started pressing buttons. The first activated a hidden trapdoor beneath him, nearly sending both Ryuke and Buddy plunging into darkness. Barely avoiding the pit, Ryuke stepped back and tried another button. This time, the temple doors groaned open. Inside the halls were gigantic, far too large for ordinary beings. As he explored, he found chambers with massive rifles and enormous blades. Everything had been built for something colossal, for a titan. Deep beneath the temple, Ryuke finally discovered the chamber from his visions. The titan stood dormant in the center of the room, surrounded by enormous statues similar to those outside. Strange blue liquid pulsed through glowing channels carved into their stone. The machine had no power source, but the statues did. Climbing one of the towering figures, Ryuke tore the glowing core from its chest and carried it to the titan. The moment he inserted it into the machine's back, the armor shifted open, revealing a cockpit hidden within. Ryuke stepped inside, and the titan sealed shut around him. Cables connected directly into Ryuke's robotic ports, linking his consciousness with the ancient machine. This was no mech designed for humans. It had been built for droids, for beings like him. Darkness swallowed his vision for a moment before the Titan's sensors awakened around him. Then the statues moved. The chamber erupted into chaos as the giant guardians attacked Ryuke. Ryuke fought back with overwhelming force, wielding the Titan's immense strength against them. One by one, the statues fell. Ryuke ripped their power cores free and claimed their massive weapons for himself. At last, silence returned to the temple. Ryuke emerged from the ruins victorious. But when he stepped outside, Buddy was gone. Without a trace, even the EVA suit had vanished. Panicked, Ryuke rushed back toward the Rotander inside the Titan, searching the planet for any sign of the creature. Eventually, he discovered footprints left behind by an EVA suit leading across the sand. He followed them, but the trail ended abruptly in the middle of nowhere. No body, no tracks, no trace of where Buddy had gone. Only silence remained. And so, Ryuke left the planet behind, the ancient titan secured to the top of the Rotander, as the ship disappeared once more into the endless stars.